there's no parking at the Raiders Stadium. We've covered this before, but I was thinking about it, and what I think is that it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to lay out one of the reasons why I don't think it really matters that there's no parking at the Raiders Stadium. I'm going to do that right now. My name is Steven. I am not leaving Las Vegas. I'm a full-time Vegas blogger. I cover stuff in Las Vegas. I bring you short films, mini documentaries, and I bring you guys a different side of Vegas and ask you to tell me about the decision. If I'm right, if I'm wrong, or you guys give me your decision. I'll give you both sides of the issue. So like, share, subscribe this video, and comment on whether or not I'm crazy and whether you think the parking situation is way overblown, something that YouTube bloggers can make videos about that are clickbaity that get a lot of clicks. Because I did this video, and it's actually one of the more popular videos on my channel. I think as of this date, it has like 75,000 views. Of course, YouTube demonetized it because YouTube gotta be YouTube, but it doesn't really matter. I'm glad that it got a lot of views and a lot of people thinking and talking. And in that video, just to recap, I did a couple of different things. I said, number one, it's the money trail. Show me the money. Where does the money go? The money flows through the coffers of the casinos in Las Vegas, like water flows through the Hoover Dam. They want to make sure that they have tons of people going through the casinos instead of actually going and getting drunk and rowdy in front of a tailgate party. Now, if you're not familiar with American culture and American football, tailgating is a huge thing. You go to places like Texas, you go to other cities, people are setting up barbecues before games. Like, they're loading stuff out of the backs of recreational vehicles. They're drinking cheap booze, they're having fun, they're having a blast, they're having a party. They say we don't want to have tailgating at the stadium because we have this thing called the black hole, and the Raiders black hole is where everybody gets too rowdy and everybody gets all crazy. I'm gonna walk down this dirt path in this dirt field, by the way, and it's cool, man. This is like exploring all these weird cactuses and stuff, but they say, well, we don't want people to get rowdy. We want people to have a family-friendly experience. And okay, yeah, I understand, but let's just follow the money back to the casinos. If there's corporate sponsorship of the pre-game tailgate parties, and if you're gonna pre-game tailgate in the casinos, then you're gonna spend way too much money on alcohol from the casinos. The casinos are gonna make money. It's gonna pay a sponsorship to the team. If MGM Resorts International or Caesars, soon to be El Dorado Resorts, or whoever else puts their money where their mouth is and pays the Raiders, then the Raiders get money, the people get into the casinos, they drink the overpriced alcohol, everybody makes some money. But going back to the main issue, they say it's for safety, they want a family event. This is not a family event. I'm sorry, I know children like football. 8, 10, 12-year-olds. Families do come together over football. But this is a National Football League game. You're not taking your kids to the Adventure Dome at Circus Circus. You're not going to the Shark Reef at Mandalay Bay. These aren't the reasons why you're coming to Las Vegas to do family-friendly stuff. Now, you can take your family to games and you can explain to your kids, like responsible parents, that that guy's just having a lot of fun and just ignore him, and I'm totally cool with that. So I don't buy those excuses at all. But what I think doesn't really matter is that there's no parking at the Raiders Stadium. Now, I've seen all sorts of bloggers on YouTube, myself included, do these clickbaity type videos where they go, oh, these are all the problems with the Raiders Stadium. It's gonna be a disaster. Is it really though? Is it really? And here's why I'm saying all that, okay? You're gonna make the Raiders Stadium. You built it, great. I walked it in a video on this channel. I took a little time code and I stuck it on my video. It was about 5 minutes. 5 minutes to get from Hacienda and Las Vegas Boulevard, which is the corner where Mandalay Bay sits, right next to the Luxor. 5 minutes to get to that stadium. Now, if it's 5 minutes to get to the stadium and you can walk it, all you gotta do is get yourself to the Mandalay Bay. Ho ho! Hold the phone, Carl Malone, you say. It's really hard to get to Mandalay Bay on game day. There's no traffic. Las Vegas Boulevard is really constricted. Yeah, that's true. It's gonna be a little bit of a challenge to get there. But once you get there, you park the car, you walk to the stadium. The other thing that strikes me is that I work in timeshare currently, a job I'm vehemently getting out of as fast as I possibly can to make things better for my life and my family. But I don't meet a lot of people that say they have to drive to the timeshare resort. Honestly, most people are getting around on public transportation in Las Vegas. They're not saying, well, do you have free parking because I have a car and I got to park my car? Yes, you do have people that come in and rent cars. There are people from California, as a statistical fact, 25% of the Las Vegas visitorship over the course of a year, about 45 million people, 25% of those 45 million, they do come from California and they do drive into Las Vegas. But there's not a lot of people that are getting around just in vehicles in Las Vegas. So if you can walk to the stadium from the Mandalay Bay in 5 minutes, and you can walk to the Mandalay Bay from the center of the Strip in 20 minutes, and if the only times of the year where it's going to be exceedingly hot is going to be in preseason situations where, let's be honest, who really wants to spend that much money to watch a preseason game? I don't think I would spend full gate price to watch a preseason game where, you know, the best players might be benched because they don't have to prove themselves to the coaching staff anyways. When most of the games are done on days like today, where it's going to be 70 degrees, of course, football season's over, but days like today in November when it's 65 degrees, you can walk and get anywhere you want to go in Vegas. We do have a public transportation system in Las Vegas. We do have buses in Vegas. There are people movers that move folks from the Excalibur all the way down to the Mandalay Bay, which means that they just have to take a people mover and then walk. And we do have a grid system for our roads. So if you're coming in, there's always ways to get to the stadium. We also have quite possibly one of the largest Uber and Lyft networks in the entire city. And I wouldn't recommend anybody take an Uber and Lyft right to the stadium. I'd say take an Uber and Lyft down to that Mandalay Bay and walk into the stadium, because you're not going to really gain much by going ahead and actually parking your car at the stadium. You might gain a few minutes of your life going in, but coming out, it's going to be horrendously bad and it's going to be staggeringly difficult. So for all these people that want to tell me that it's going to be horrible and there's no parking and everybody's in trouble, well, there are some options, and you guys have to just balance your options and think about how you're going to make your best bet to actually get to that game. Get down into that area early. Make it an entire day event. I mean, if kickoff is going to be at 12 o'clock or at 3 o'clock, depending on who they're playing and if it's an East Coast team or if it's a West Coast team, then you're going to have no problems with getting down to the stadium. It's going to be nice. It's going to be warm. It's probably not going to be hot. And it only rains like 20 or 30 days a year in Las Vegas. So I'm pretty sure there's not going to be rain. And I know for a fact that there won't be any snow. So as we move along and we have the stadium officially opening up in just a few short months, as we have more people interested in the team, I think it's just important that we take 5 steps back and realize that this is a really big event for the city. To have something this big of this kind of nature in Las Vegas is more positive than it is negative. And yes, clickbaity videos are good to do, and I could do a million videos that go, oh, what's all the problems with the Raiders Stadium? Oh, it's going to be a disaster, guys. Don't you agree? And everybody will just mash the like button and tell me that I'm right, and I'll have a bunch of sicko fans telling me that I am definitely, yes, I can't wait for them to fail. But why? Why would you want this to fail? Why would you look at it negatively? Look at it for what it is. A giant, huge, state-of-the-art 65,000 seat venue in Las Vegas that'll bring 30, potentially 40 extra events to the city a year, that'll fill important gaps in hotel occupancy. It'll put people into the casinos. It'll put thousands and thousands and thousands of people to work full-time around that building as the infrastructure of the area and all of these venues open up and build up. And it'll be a positive for things. So with that, I'll tell you this. If you're coming to Las Vegas, if you guys need tips and tricks and ways for you to actually get to the stadium and you want to watch, I've already done a video where I actually literally ride the bus for you in Las Vegas to the Strip. I will walk to that stadium one more time just to show you how it all looks. And once we're done, we'll do some traffic planning together in a future video so you guys can get a better idea of what it's all like out here in Las Vegas. And that's really all it is, right? That's all it is. It doesn't really matter. It's going to be a positive if you frame it as a positive. But if you want to make clickbait videos like I did, follow the money, it's a good video. I like the video. You're only going to see the negatives in the world. don't see the negatives, try to see the positives. But what do you think? Do you think I'm just a ranting madman walking around in the desert in Las Vegas? Do you think I have a point? You tell me in the comments below. I appreciate you guys watching the video, sharing it, liking it. This is some food for thought from you, as the Raider Stadium is just a few mere months away from opening up, and we have football, big time, real time, here in Las Vegas. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.